I'm Bob, and today I'm going to tell you something that most colleges don't want you to know. There is a massive gap between what you learn in a classroom and what actually pays the bills in the real world. If you want to build real wealth, you need to stop chasing paper and start chasing high-value hard skills. Today, we're looking at 5 hard skills that will pay you more than a 4-year degree ever could. This isn't just about getting a job. It's about making yourself an asset that the market cannot ignore. Stick around until the end, because the 5th skill is the one that separates the top 1% from the rest.
Let's start with reason 1, the treadmill trap. Many people run on the corporate treadmill, working harder for a degree that loses its value every year. You need to focus on skills with an asymmetric upside.
The first skill is copywriting. It's not just writing, it's salesmanship in print. When you learn how to use words to move people to action, you possess a skill that companies will pay a premium for indefinitely.
Surveys show that businesses spend over 50% of their revenue on marketing and sales. If you can help them make more money, you will never be unemployed. That's the power of a hard skill.
But reason 2 is where almost everyone slips up. They confuse hard work with high-value work. I'll explain that in a second, but first, let's talk about the second skill. Skill number 2 is data analysis. Every business is drowning in information, but starving for insight. If you can take raw numbers and turn them into a strategy, you are a gold mine.
Think of it like being a mechanic for a company's engine. If the car, the business, is sputtering, and you can point exactly to the part that needs fixing, you become the most valuable person in the room.
I remember when I was stuck in a low-paying role, I realized my degree was just a piece of paper. I was doing all the grunt work while the guys who knew how to analyze data were getting the bonuses. I had to pivot, and fast.
I spent 6 months grinding, learning how to read data. The result? My income didn't just increase, it tripled. That was my turning point. I lived this myself, and it works every single time.
Which of these 3 categories are you in right now? Are you the student, the grinder, or the expert? Be honest with yourself, because that self-awareness is your first step toward true growth.
Now let's take a quick break. If you're tired of the 9-to-5 grind, check out the link in the description. It's the same resource I use to master these skills and change my life forever.
Back to the list. Skill number 3, no-code development. You don't need to be a software engineer to build apps or platforms that solve massive problems. The tools today make it accessible to everyone.
Most people think tech is out of reach, but nearly 40% of small businesses are now built on no-code platforms. You don't need a degree in CS, you just need the patience to learn the tool.
It's like the difference between buying a Honda and building a BMW yourself. One is a commodity, the other is a custom machine you created to serve a specific market need.
What reason 4 is where the magic happens, and it's something most people are afraid to touch. Let's move to skill 4, public speaking and negotiation. Negotiation is the ultimate leverage. Whether you're asking for a raise or closing a $1 million contract, the ability to articulate your value is a skill that literally prints money. As they say, your income is a direct reflection of your ability to communicate your value. If you can't sell your idea, you're leaving thousands on the table every single year. Most people avoid the spotlight because they fear judgment, but the market doesn't reward the quiet ones. It rewards those who can lead the conversation. Are you willing to be uncomfortable?
We are almost at the final point. Skill 5 is the one almost nobody actually does, but it's the one that creates the most wealth. Get ready, because this will change your perspective.
Skill number 5, financial literacy and investing. You can earn all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to keep it and make it grow, you're just a high-paid laborer. I'm Bob, and I've seen too many people make huge salaries and stay broke. Why? Because they fell into the treadmill trap, spending more as they earned more, instead of buying assets.
Financial literacy isn't about math, it's about mindset. It's understanding that money is a tool that works for you, not something you work for. Once you grasp this, everything changes.
This is how you become the person money works for, not the other way around. You don't need a degree to learn how to invest. You just need to start small and stay consistent.
Let's recap what we covered. We talked about copywriting, data analysis,
no-code development, negotiation, and the crown jewel, financial literacy. These aren't just skills, they are your path to freedom. Don't get overwhelmed by the list. Pick one skill, dive deep for 90 days, and watch how your life transforms. You don't need to do it all at once. Just start moving forward. Which of these 5 skills are you going to start learning today? Comment "Level Up" below if you're ready to commit to your own growth. I read every comment.
If you found value in this, hit that like button and subscribe to Bob Builds Wealth. We're building a community of people who prioritize growth over ego, and I want you to be part of it.
The 4th skill is high-ticket copywriting, which is essentially the art of selling through the written word. If you can craft a message that converts a stranger into a loyal customer, you essentially possess a license to print money. Companies are desperate for people who understand consumer psychology, and they'll pay premium retainers for those who move the needle.
Finally, we have data storytelling, the ability to turn complex spreadsheets into a compelling narrative. It is not enough to just analyze numbers. You must explain why they matter to the bottom line in a way that non-technical leaders can understand. Master this, and you become the most influential person in any boardroom meeting.
Let's talk numbers because theory is cheap. A freelance copywriter mastering direct response can easily clear $150 an hour, while a data analyst using SQL often starts at $85K base. These aren't guesses. These are market averages for people who actually deliver results.
The biggest trap I see: people get stuck in tutorial hell, watching endless videos without building a portfolio. You aren't learning until you're solving a real-world problem for a client, even if that client is just a local business you're helping for free at first.
I remember when I first started learning video editing. I spent 3 months just obsessing over transitions instead of studying audience retention rates. Once I shifted my focus to the business impact of my edits, my freelance rate doubled in a single quarter.
If you want to scale your income rapidly, you need to combine these skills. A copywriter who understands SEO isn't just a writer, they're a revenue generator. That intersection is where you demand premium retainers instead of hourly scraps. Now, here is the bonus skill that most people ignore: public speaking and presentation. You can be the smartest coder in the room, but if you can't pitch your value to a stakeholder, you'll stay in the entry-level bracket forever.
Why does public speaking pay? Because it's the bridge between raw talent and executive decision-making. When you can articulate a complex strategy in 5 minutes, you become the person the leadership team trusts with the biggest budgets. Stop looking for the easiest skill and start looking for the scariest one. If you're afraid of learning sales or data, that is exactly where your highest potential income is hiding. Comfort is the enemy of a higher bank balance.
Don't let the lack of a degree become a mental cage. I've seen college grads struggling with debt while self-taught developers are buying their first properties by 25. Your output is the only degree the market actually cares about. To recap, prioritize high-leverage skills, build a public portfolio, and master the art of the pitch. Focus on the value you provide, not the hours you clock. That's how you break the cycle of average pay.
The market is waiting for someone who can solve its problems. Go pick one skill, master it for 90 days, and watch how quickly your trajectory changes. Stop consuming, start building, and go earn it.
Before you go, 2 quick things. If this helped you, tap like and hit subscribe. That's how you get more videos like this, and it tells the algorithm to show this to more people who need it. And if you know someone this could help, send them the link. You might just change their day. That's how Bob Builds Wealth grows and reaches more people like you. I'm Bob. See you in the next one.